Oh, I didn't see that you had retweeted, or you had
There
tweeted
There
the
were.
replay of the thing. Cool. Are we on?
We are
Yay.
on. Good
Okay.
morning, everybody.
Good
I
morning.
think
I
somebody's there
think we're by
actually.
ourselves for now.
No,
Oh,
there's
really?
3 people. Oh, no.
Really? One of them is definitely me from my iPad.
Yeah, no, I thought I saw 3, but.
Hello to the void. That's okay. It's because we haven't tweeted it, I think.
Hmm.
Usually people who are like online when we talk about it. Did you talk about it at all? Usually I retweet you.
Yeah,
Elithya. I put it on Instagram.
or maybe I didn't. I thought I did. I mean, I did, I think on Instagram.
I tweeted about it yesterday.
Oh, okay, let me retweet that. Where is it?
Wait, I'm going to quote myself. Did not know. Oh, I should probably have done that with a link. Oops.
Oh, I see you now.
I think that I would +1 Elon Musk's idea about being able to edit tweets. It's very annoying to have to like.
Yeah, that
Wait,
happened to me
I
so
didn't put a link.
often. So often, and every time I understand what's behind not letting you edit, but at the same time I'm always like, oh.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna delete the tweet that you retweeted. I'm just gonna tweet the right one with a link to Twitch.
Yeah, I'm doing the same too anyway.
Okay. Because I just accidentally tweeted the wrong thing.
You can
Okay,
always
okay,
delete it,
cool.
I have done that in the past and then
Yeah,
double.
I am. But I tweeted the fixed version first, just so that it's like, yeah. Yay. Okay. Oh, people are here. Hey. As we're trying to figure out our socials. Good morning. Guten Morgen. Throwbacks to when I lived in Berlin.
Ah, that's them.
And I would try to
Yeah.
speak German, and no one would speak German to me because they could hear my accent. Very annoying.
Yeah, in Berlin it's a little bit like that. I know that because
It's very hard.
I'm not German and it's happened. I mean, sometimes that happens to me here too.
Really?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Oh no, I always like if I work up the courage to actually try to speak,
Yeah,
I love it when people answer me or at
yeah,
least listen to me talk. I managed to do it in Austria once
yeah.
because like it's like a little bit less of a destination than like a Germany might be, for example. I think for Westerners, so they speak less English. I get the impression. Anyways, I had a convo with someone at a bakery once where I managed to say, "Hello, good morning. What is this?" And then she looked at me and she was like, "I can't explain it to you. You won't understand." But I was really proud of myself for understanding that she was saying that to me. I was like, "That's fair."
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
cool. There's people that
yeah.
appeared. It's
Tom.
always the Twitter. It's always
Yeah.
the
Good
Twitter.
morning, Tom. That's Tom
Good
and
morning.
Tim.
Happy Sunday.
Double
Tom and
T.
Tim. I feel like you guys should start a stream. It would be very fun. Tim and Tom streaming. I don't know. It just works. Naming wise, it really works.
Tim had a
As a
stream
duo.
actually last year in the pandemic. I don't know what happened, Tim.
Oh
Why
yeah,
are
it's
you
true. I
no
remember
longer streaming? That was cool. It was
that.
audio
Stop.
reactive shaders following the cards of Book of Shaders from Patricio. He had a few episodes I watched and it was like cool. For me, it was
a Twitch notification.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah. You got the
I
little
forgot
notification,
that.
the
Yeah,
little
that one is
bell.
good too. Yeah, that's true. That's how I look into other people that I follow on Twitch too as well sometimes from my phone.
Yeah, same. Without the like I hate notifications, but also I would know nothing that is happening on the internet.
Seems too busy raving. You're right, Tom. He's on the real world now, so no time to the Twitch.
Too much work to prepare. Oh yeah, but you have to be careful with streaming. You don't want to be too precious about it. You just want to kind of, I mean, that's clearly our approach. Just start streaming and see what happens.
Yeah.
If you over prepare, then you'll never stream.
Well, I know some
perfect.
streamers that they like to plan, so I think it's up to the personality.
Really plan. I know.
Because there are others that really like to. Otherwise, they don't feel sure.
I mean, if I was alone, probably that would be me. If I had no other person on the stream with me, you know, like if we didn't do this together, I would probably feel more pressure to like plan, because you're alone, so you want to get it right. I think there's no one to like fill in the blanks if you like stop talking to think for a moment. I guess.
For me, I think it's more about the personality, because I doubt that I would
Yeah.
be planning if I would be on my own. I mean, probably
Really?
I would just
Still,
have
you would.
music, so if I don't speak, they can listen to something.
You can put some background music.
Yeah,
Oh, I like that
of
idea. Be
course,
like,
yeah, because when
excuse me
you're
while I
alone,
take a thinking break.
sometimes you have to think more and not speak, so
Yeah.
there are not awkward silences.
That's why I'm always very impressed in like the coding train streams when Dan goes like, okay, wait a minute, I need to think about this. But then he thinks about the whole thing out loud.
Yeah,
Oh, did I
that.
just freeze?
Yeah,
I freeze on mine. Oh no, I didn't.
you haven't
I
in
did
my
freeze?
screen. You haven't.
Okay, good. Okay, cool.
I mean,
Oh,
people
if there's
in
nothing new, it's not interesting for me. That's fair.
Yeah, if they're not. Yeah, chat. Tell us as well about the sound, if everything is right, and if you encounter like anything that you see glitching or something, let us know.
Yeah. If ever our volumes aren't totally good. I feel like everything's okay. No one's saying anything. Okay, cool. Well, today, as you may have seen, I got very excited last night on Instagram about today's topic because I love it. I mean, anything that involves like light and reflection and shiny things, I get into. So we thought we would look at that today. I, a couple months ago, watched the Art of Code video where, shoot, now I'm being a bad person because I don't remember what his name is, but the wonderful guy from the Art of Code.
I'm gonna put it on screen too. I don't remember his name either, but he's German, I believe. He's here.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I just had his Patreon open. I was looking at it. I was like, oh, there he is. Art of Code. What's his name? His name is... Right. I was looking at this yesterday. He has a Patreon. It's fabulous. And it says, my name is Martjin, pronounced like Valentine. So is it Martijn? Anyways, he's great. He explains things super well and has a really great bending light tutorial in like 2 or 3 parts, I think. Maybe it's only 2 parts on YouTube, and it's, I think, on the screen right now.
Yeah, it is.
And so he codes that in 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗀, and a couple months ago I was like, no, let me port this into like regular GLSL. I want to play with it. So I did. And today I'm gonna like show you guys my code. I think that's what we decided. And then we're gonna try and bring it into the raymarcher kind of setup that Eliza and I have. Cause like his way of doing raymarching is a little bit different. And it's cool, it works for my template, but it would be fun to kind of like make it more our own. So yeah, that is the plan. Yeah.
Yeah, big shout out again to Art of Code. So I thought it was gonna be fun for us to play with code from another. He's not a streamer, but you know, he plays his videos often for people to learn shaders. So
he seems to do them in one shot too. I mean, I'm sure there's like a little bit of editing, but generally when I watch them, I don't feel like he's cutting. I feel like he's actually like live coding. Not live on the internet, but like he's doing it live in one shot, you know? I don't see lots of editing.
Yeah,
it's very impressive.
Idea. Maybe we have to invite him once and, you know, have
oh
him
my goodness,
here.
I would love that.
That would be great that he can show us like something. And then we can ask him, how do you shoot your videos?
It's true. So tell us about your approach.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Our sound sounds perfect. Okay, so...
Nice. And I put just now on screen your template. So
my template, the box. Yay. Okay. Wait, I don't... Did you put it side to side, or the code is on the top or on the bottom?
Oh, I always put it side to side. Otherwise, I cannot read.
Okay, cool. So the template... Yeah. The template that I have, I added mouse in the JavaScript. I brought in the mouse as a uniform, so that's why you can like move the cube around on its own little axis, which is always ideal for like looking at the reflection.
Here, mouse.
It's in, yeah. It's this part at the bottom. And normally, I think for like accurate mouse movements that are less intense, you would divide the event.page.x by like
just a number,
window width or whatever, but
depending what
we
you
don't
want.
do that in this case because or else the spin is like so minimal, and like I really like, I don't know, you guys, if you use the template, can obviously adjust, but I really liked that it moved like with the sensitivity of the mouse. Anyways, that's like a not important detail. So basically let's see, we can start at the top, I guess, around line 16. So we have a basic like raymarched scene, right? You see the cube and it's like reflecting inside itself. And so one of the main things about refraction that I realized watching this video was that it's basically like raymarching inception. So you're raymarching towards the cube is generated, and then the light goes in, and then you're raymarching again to get to the other side of the cube. So there's an angle inside that you were reflected on, and then you hit the edge, the other inside of the cube, and then you reflect back out again. So there's like 3 layers of raymarching happening. It's a lot, which is where this surface distance define line comes in on line 16, because you need that once you're inside to march to the other side of the space that you're contained within.
I was looking for the, because I was in the video to show the graphic from Art of Code, but I couldn't find it.
Anyway. Yeah, it's true. He has like
a
an infographic, no?
Yeah, of how the light enters and then how it exits.
Yeah.
So just exactly. Oh, is it here? Yeah, I got it. So.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put it now on screen.
Okay. Yeah. I will say that one of the main differences
there
that happened when I was porting. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see so you'll see, so the light goes in and then it bounces at a different angle, right? Because it enters on whatever angle it enters in, and then that angle is going to cause this kind of like response angle that won't be in the same direction, depending on, of course, I guess the surface also, and whatever kind of angle it's on within the context of its own form. But yeah, the other thing about this that you'll see is different from the Art of Code tutorial is that we don't have a cube map background. So instead of reflecting a texture within the space, I'm actually just using cost palette. I found it more interesting for me because I like to play with colors. Maybe one day we'll do one with a texture. We were talking about that before. But just for now, I think it's easy to look at it, look at the light based on just like some gradient that I put together in cost palette. So if you're wondering why there's no like European background like he has in his video, that's why. I also like don't know how to bring cube maps into a 3GS scene, but Ilithya does. So maybe we'll do it.
I can show
in a future stream,
because it's a few steps as well. So, but it's not so hard. So it just takes some steps, and you can choose any image that you want.
Cool, because I found like a cube map generator online yesterday, but then it would give me all of the elements of the cube map individually, and I was like, I think I need the whole cube map like assembled. No?
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll do it on a future stream. We'll look into it. But yeah, okay. So other than the surf distance, which is on line 16, what else is different in here about, what's different here than what we would have in a regular raymarch scene? Not that much, to be honest. So we have like, I don't think are we gonna go over the basics of raymarching again today? No, I feel like we've done that a lot,
we can just walk people through and actually closing the function so that they see how many of them are by a glance. Yeah, so first right now you see like each of the functions in the screen.
Oh yeah, okay, great. So yeah, you have the raymarch, you have the basic setup of the raymarcher, and then in this case, in the way that he does it on the Art of Code, he puts all of the stuff that's the main stuff that's making all of this happen inside the main function. So I think that will be a little different when we integrate this into like our raymarching way of doing things. But if you look in the main function,
I'm there.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's clever. Yeah, so if you look in the main function, you'll see that there's basically like D on line 127 is like the distance. That's like, I think where we go when we want to like initially create that box. And then we have just below that on line 132 this thing called IOR, which is the index of refraction. And I commented a few different indexes here that he kind of enumerates in the video. And you were saying before we went live, like when you worked last year doing water, how important it was to the 3D artist to get the index right, because that's like what shows you the density of the material you're reflecting your light in. So I chose glass.
Yes.
But like, for example, there you see like there's diamond, there's like a water, apparently it's 1.33. But like I'm not married to realism.
Me
That's not why
neither,
I
me
make
neither.
things with
But if
computers.
any of you are like my
Yeah.
ex-colleague was, I mean, I understand he does that for you know, he's a 3D artist, and he has been for like 10
Mm.
or 12 years, since like the inception, almost like the beginning of it, and doing video games too. That for him it was very important to have the accurate index of refraction. We had water in a project where I was working, and I told Eliza, like, if you're
Oh,
like
yeah.
curious about indexes of refraction, I remember back then he sent me a link of a website where you could find like tons of index of refraction of several like natural things, no? Because when you're doing 3D stuff as well, like in gaming, like maybe you have stones or mountains and just things. I couldn't find this URL sadly anymore, but I am sure like if you Google index of refraction 3D objects, you can find it, and then if you're curious, then to try like the real ones.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, you have to like, I mean, I'm not like, yeah, I'm not anti-realism. I think it's important to know these like benchmarks, and then you can play with them and make them your own and like, yeah, manipulate them if you want. Oh, thank you for putting my template in the chat. Yeah, so you'll, if you're in my template, you'll notice that I put a lot of a lot of comments. I always do. And so if you look line 134, just under that index of refraction that we defined, there's your if statement where, yeah, all of the magic basically happens. There's actually a variable in there that we don't need at all that was from the tutorial that his refraction tutorial was built upon. So actually, if you want, you can comment out line 137, which is the reflect function that comes with GLSL. We don't need it. We're not using it anywhere. But if you want to play with reflection, it's good to know that that exists. But there's an even more interesting function that comes with GLSL called refract, which does basically everything for us. We give it the ray direction, you give it the normals, and then you divide 1 by the index of refraction. Because you're going into the material, you'll see that when you go out of the material on line 148, you're actually, you basically use the same function, but you don't divide 1 by the index because you're bouncing out of the material. If that makes, not out of the, yeah, out of the space, I should say. So why do you divide 1 by the index of refraction? I think because you're, how do you say that in English? Because you're coming from the exterior and you're like diving into the constitution, either the glass or the water or whatever. So I assume like 1 is white, right?
I
Not
believe,
really sure
as far as I remember,
if I'm saying this in a way that makes
no, I
sense.
think he was talking about the density when he talked. And if you watch the link, you can hear it better than we're trying to explain here from Artikov.
Yeah,
But
probably more eloquent.
yeah, exactly, more
Sorry,
more
guys.
eloquent.
Yeah.
But he meant that there are like different density in objects, right? Like for example, the density inside the glass is different than the density in water. And he was talking about that if we're in the outside, remember that graphic, and I'm gonna put it again. So the arrow is coming, you're coming to go inside this cube that we have, and the cube might be glass, no, in our experiment.
Yeah.
And so when you're in the outside, you're in air, and the density of air is different than the one that is going to be. So I think it was he was talking about that. And the density of air, I believe, is lighter than the one inside the crystal. Definitely. So when you're inside and you're raymarching again, that's why you have to divide it. So to make that density.
When you go inside.
Yeah, exactly. Differently. So you have to kind of like check, am I in the density of the air, which is smaller, or is this object having a higher density? So I think it had to do with with that.
Yeah, exactly. You explain it better than me. I ran out of coffee this morning. I'm not gonna lie.
No, don't worry. I'm not even sure.
So I've only had 1 instead of my usual 2.
I had like in my mind that, because I thought it was interesting when he was talking and why he had to divide the index of refraction, because I thought, oh, maybe he's gonna create a different one, but it was a way to explain it, that you have to know the density.
Same. That's what I found so interesting about this when I actually took, like, when I sat down with the tutorial the first time, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, you never really, I don't know. It's like all the things that actually happen just to have like a pretty kind of rainbow light reflecting on a diamond, you know, like you don't think about
Yeah.
all of that when you just see the diamond in real life, and then all of a sudden you're like doing the calculations and coding, you're like, wow, this is actually like there's a lot happening here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
True.
um so we have, that's what I was saying about the inception, the raymarching inception. So you're marching along. Okay, wait, we jumped some. I feel like we're talking about this. Well, I am talking about this in all kinds of different directions, but basically you go in, the light goes in on line 140. That's what Eliza was saying about, that's why we have the 1 divided by the index of refraction. And then once you're in there, you're marching along on 142. On line 142, you have like the P enter, position enter, and you have the surf distance there that's taken into account. So that's like when you're inside, you're marching along again inside. You'll see on line 143 that the P enter is fed into the raymarcher. So you're raymarching inside of the object, and then once you hit the edge, you go back out. And you calculate the light reflection on the exit based on the normals and the index, but at full capacity. And then from there, what else is there? I mean, from there, I just created a palette, like I used cost palette to create like a hue,
In
and
line
I fed that
53.
into on line 153,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I fed that into the color variable. And then there was this line at 158 that's for gamma correction. I think that I didn't dive into that too much, but it's just like to help with the colors, I guess. Can't remember what gamma is. I know that I've used it in Photoshop to like tweak the colors of photos, but I wouldn't.
I think it's basically, we can, for example, and I think he mentioned that too, it's just when you want to increase the effect of like this refraction, you know, of the colors. Because if we write, for example, here you have I think we can just simply comment this, the power.
Oh, computational mama's here. Yay.
Oh, actually, or is it going to happen because I'm not the owner? Yeah. You see, if I comment the power of the color that you were doing, it's a little bit more intense. This is how it actually looked before. So it's the opposite. I thought it was making it more intense, but when you raise it to the power, you're actually making it more seamless, the effect of the light. So it's more natural instead of...
Ooh, actually, I kind of like it without the gamma correction. Interesting. Well, I mean, I'll leave the gamma correction line in the template just so that people know that it's there, but I kind of like the bright colors.
Yeah.
Okay. So like that's the basic idea with refraction. It's literally just like how many times is the light going to be redirected based on the angle that it's entering a dense or less dense, more or less dense object. And then using the reflections of all of that to color it basically and have it. That's why when you rotate the cube, like you see that like the it's almost like there's like an inside cube, and it's not the inside of the cube. It's just like the inner edges of the cube reflecting outside of the cube itself. I played around with this with like a sphere also, and it's super funny, especially if you start to deform the sphere, like the way it starts to reflect. So that's why this is one of my favorite techniques. But okay, so this was all built, like I said before, within the raymarching kind of template that Martjin, hopefully I'm saying his name correctly, has. And so I feel like Eliza and I don't do all of the stuff in our main function, like all of that. Usually we do in a separate function. So I think that that's what we're going to try and do now.
Yeah, we thought it would be fun to try to bring in, remember, like we're going to bring in a raymarch template that we've used in most of our sessions and with our guests.
Yeah, and then like...
and try to adapt it.
Compare and contrast.
Yeah, and see.
Yeah, because anyways, we can't both be in my template because I don't have CodePen Pro.
Yeah, I mean, so at some point, if we don't get it within the time, you can just bring it into the other, you know, and then we play with your template. Yeah. But we can try a little bit, see if we can make it happen.
And you can totally fork this if you want and keep it, obviously.
Yeah.
I think allowed to fork my thing.
Yeah,
everyone can fork it. If
Tom already shared the link for everybody, so I think probably they already did. Everybody who's on the chat. So
hopefully my comments are not too obnoxious.
I think comments are really good. So thanks for doing that. For anybody like learning, I think
mean,
it's always good.
I just have no memory. It's what I've learned to understand about myself is that learning stuff and understanding stuff doesn't have anything to do with memorization. And so I took memorization off of my list of things that would make me stress out and feel like, just write comments, and then when you open the file, it all makes sense. Yeah. I used to think that I needed to be able to code everything with my eyes shut.
Oh,
Not
no.
going to happen.
We all Google. And I think if you ask a developer that has even 20 years, at some point as well, I mean, of course, with the experience, you kind of gather, or like the memory is better about remembering, like a lot of variables and functions, but still, like, you have to Google. I don't know a developer that hasn't, like, sometimes have to go or check documentation, like I wanted to show actually in screen this one because I was learning this as you refer me to this tutorial, that I didn't know that in GLSL4 there's this refract function. So that I thought it was So I put it on screen now. So I'm gonna put it on the chat. So for everybody that wants to read documentation,
everything.
Yeah, you can find it.
It makes things a lot easier. I tried to do refraction a couple years ago, and this was not available yet. / I didn't know about it. I don't know when GLSL4 came, but I also tried to put this code from the tutorial in a CodePen like a year and a half ago, and it was the refraction function that didn't work. So I guess either Chrome got an update, or I fixed whatever precision issue I was having but not realizing. We'll never know.
I think the browser actually got updated, because I remember we had 𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗀 last year around that time, and when we were working with her, she was using a round function. I'm gonna put it on screen too, that it's GLSL4. And this round function, I can't find it. Well, anyway, so this round function, I remember it was not, like, the pen was not working on the browser in Safari. I think it was broken, and then I Googled it, and I figured that at that point when we had 𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗀, Safari hasn't supported GLSL4, so you needed to convert the round function or use like floor or something else, and then it worked. So I think maybe that what happened back then with your refract function, that it wasn't yet supported, and now it's been a year, so probably now that
time is everything. Time is everything. Timing is everything. Yay. A blindfolded code camp sounds absolutely, to me, not fun. But also, I feel like web developers definitely Google a ton. But when I worked at a tech company that had some of those people who use Vim with their eyes closed, they would just literally sit all day and just never take breaks, never look anything up in front of a black screen, just type. I'm pretty sure that they're moving stuff in databases, which once you understand how to do that, you don't need to look it up, and it doesn't change. And they're in Python, which is relatively stable, but still, it's just so impressive. I was I want to be able to do that, but it's never gonna happen. I'm not that, I don't want to do backend, so that's it's just not a thing, which is fine. I tried to learn Vim and promptly stopped trying to learn it.
And I think as well, again, I think it's a personality thing too. I mean, I can imagine there are a few developers that could be almost know a lot. But I have the feeling too, with development, every couple of months there's a new thing coming up, that it's almost, that's why you always have to kind of Google in a way, because it's changing and evolving, unless you're working on legacy code all the time, code that never changes, and then of course then you can know it by heart. But otherwise I think it's almost impossible that you don't have to go and look at the documentation, at least when you want to refer to something in case it has changed.
It's true.
What's the link?
The link it's just above you. It's just a couple people above. If you look for the CodePen, it's 𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, Tom, that posted it. Just wait, maybe you can't see past parts of the, but I'm on my iPad, I can't copy it for you.
I can copy it.
If you find me on CodePen.
I can put it again.
Thank you.
Let me...
Are we able, can we pin stuff?
I don't know, actually. I'm
it's
terrible
not Instagram. Instagram you can pin and stuff.
But I'm gonna put it again for a computational moment.
Yeah, I noticed that there are all of these how how do you say that? Automatisation, automations
Mhm.
available on Twitch. Like I started peeking at them. Like I saw that whenever Raph goes live, there's
Mhm.
something in his Discord that appears that goes, "Oh, he's live." I was like,
Mm.
"Wow, wow." I feel
Yeah.
like we should have some kind of bot, like when we get a new follower, it goes like "Yay" or whatever on the screen. But
Yeah, I think it's a bot.
I don't know.
That's because
Yeah,
I've
definitely
seen
a
a
bot.
couple of Twitchers that have it, but I don't know. I'm always too lazy. But feel free
Yeah, same.
to
I
to to
coded a
code the
bot once,
bot.
and I don't want to do it again.
Me too.
Bots are
I
not my
mean, I
favorite.
always think it would be cool. Maybe one day
Yeah,
we should do it in an episode, and then we will manage to, maybe
that could be
that could
fun.
be a thing, and
Totally.
we'll do it because I know that in our own time maybe we won't. So so maybe it's just
Yeah,
about could be interesting then an episode to make your vote for Twitch.
definitely. Wait, I'm trying to find a raymarching template. Do we have one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
have
do.
several.
The donut. Where's the donut?
Let me
Collab number
look.
4 raymarch. You
Yeah,
have
I'm looking for that one actually.
So like, what's the difference? The steps for the, oh yeah, we put it in a raymarch function. And then I feel like we can definitely do this. Oh yeah, and also I'm just gonna let people watching know that today we will be finishing the Twitch at 1. Whether or not we finish, but that's fine. We can always come back and do a part 2 if we don't get there. Yeah, Ralph has a bot that does bird noises too.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think so. Yeah, he has a
Okay.
lot of fancy stuff. Honestly, he's one of the ones that I think has a.
He's got his thing set up properly, but I'm always impressed with everything he gets done. Because like, also, how does he even maintain the weekly newsletter thing?
But he said he
Like,
doesn't
so
have a
full of
job,
resources.
so it make
I
like
mean,
his
his
full
job is
time
that
job.
he makes art.
And
Yeah.
his Twitch. I have the feeling that that's why, because otherwise I think it would be very hard to keep like a job and then this twice a week stream with everything that he's doing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna bring a raymarching that we already had from a session that we did like after this session. We did it right after Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Is it the donut?
no, it's this like I don't know, like abstract thing with it. You can see it, no?
No. I feel like we're not. Am I not in? I can't see you. Let me refresh.
What? Should I send you the link
Oh no,
again?
I don't see. No, I'm in it now, but I just don't see your cursor at all.
I'm at the top in line 15.
Yeah, it's not showing up for me. I feel like we're not in it together. So strange. Let me click on the
Let me
link
send you
again
the link again.
to make sure.
Oh, you know what?
It's in
no,
our. What?
I never did the collab mode. I just realized about that.
Okay, wait.
So
Sorry, everybody.
now, let me send you again the link because I don't know if it changes when I do collab mode on CodePen. So.
Okay. Let me get in there.
Now you should see it.
Yeah, now it's updating. I don't see your cursor yet, but it's updating.
I'm in line 11.
What line are you? Oh.
At the
Oh yeah, I
top.
see you. Here I am. Hello.
Yeah, I see you. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey. Okay.
So I brought this and
okay.
let's close. Look, I'm gonna start closing the function so we can kind of remember how we did this because I haven't done raymarching in this template, so in a while either. So here it is. So we got our rotation matrix that we used to rotate whatever object we had.
Yeah.
That the rotation matrix has been used in the rotate function actually, so that's why you need. And I think you had that one too yourself in the cube.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had our shape that in this case we were using a torus that we were distorting. And then in the scene we probably put the torus there. And then we had a background which is moving.
Yeah.
And then the raymarch.
So I'm gonna.
And the main.
Yeah.
So.
And then the main. So everything that's happening here in this raymarch between like line 87 and 116, that's I think the only main difference between his raymarcher and ours. But I'm gonna still for now turn off the cosine domain warping so we have
Do it. So we have
shape.
the torus. Yeah,
So
perfect.
now we have a donut. And then the background that's moving, maybe for right now, I'll just take out time on line 80.
Yes, please, because I was
think.
gonna
Is
say it's
that?
gonna make me dizzy already to watch
Yeah,
it like the whole time,
exactly.
like
Okay.
rotate.
So now we have an immobile scene, and I feel like just for the sake of being able to see the refraction, I'm gonna bring in the function from the JavaScript in my template and stick it just so that we have the mouse so we can like rotate our donut.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it at the bottom. Oh wait,
Just
this
look at the
JavaScript is
uniforms.
different.
I can help you. Go to
Yeah.
line 88.
It's actually, where can I put my function to get the document on mouse move? Because this template is, the JavaScript is different from the JavaScript I have.
Yeah, but
yeah,
we
okay,
only
wait.
need the
So let me
uniform.
grab.
So if you look into line 88, you can add the mouse in there, in that object.
Yeah, but we have to actually get the, we have to, like I put the on line 140, I just added the on mouse move, or was it already somewhere?
Ah, okay, you had that. Okay. No, we didn't have that. So good. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that you had that.
So I added that, and then mouse, I'm gonna stick in, you said line 88 here.
Oh,
Yeah.
hold on, I'm gonna move
so
it.
91, view mouse.
Hold on. Oh, okay. You add it now? Yeah, because there was an error, but now. Good. Yeah. And then you can add it in the shader right now, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, if we go back into the shader
at the top,
the way that I do it, isn't it already there? Oh, no, it's not there.
Because we never use it, I suppose.
Okay, so underneath time, why is there an indent? There we go, mouse, and then the way that I brought it in to my main scene was with this, well, it actually only makes sense. Wait, we have a raymarcher. What am I saying? Sorry, I was like, it only makes sense with the raymarcher, but we have that.
I was gonna say,
main, though,
why don't we bring a cube first? Because maybe it's gonna make sense as well when not to have the torus, because I'm not sure in torus we're gonna be able to see the light as beautiful as in the cube.
Sure, if you want.
So let's bring up. I'm gonna leave the torus because then we can swap. But I'm gonna bring first the cube.
Okay.
The SD box. So okay, I'll add the SD box there.
And so here underneath the torus, I'm gonna put the float D for SD box, and then here I'm gonna return the D.
Where are you?
There should be a box on line 72.
Okay, because I wanna.
Oh wait, we don't have a P. What's our position right now? Our position is rotation. My bad.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
But it's very close, I think.
Yeah. Because
maybe
the
minus.
Rotation.
No, it's very far away. I don't know. I mean, when I did this, I turned rotation off, but
we can turn rotation off and then just put pause. I'm gonna put pause instead of rotation, so then we have just the box. Supposedly, it's still kind of moving. Why? Hold on. I'm gonna comment more stuff. Oh, I know it's moving because of the color. Did we have time? Yeah, we had time here. Let me kill that for a second. Okay. And now we have to figure out that probably the set index indeed. That's how you had it. I think it's too far,
No,
too
I mean
close.
you have pause that you send it into the scene, so I feel like you can just put pause.
Okay, now it disappeared. Hold on, it has to be somewhere.
Like I feel like, yeah, but wait, I feel like if you just put pause,
Yeah,
and
but
then we're in the box right now. So like I think that we just need to move that camera.
ah, okay. Yeah, I was trying to move the set index, but that works too if you move the camera a bit. Because we were too close somehow.
Where did it go?
Mm-hmm.
What is
I
this
was
always
thinking the
the
same.
problem that we have? It's very annoying. Okay, wait. I'm gonna get like I'm just gonna I'm gonna grab the get dysfunction from my template first. Oh,
Gonna kill the rotation too in the
well,
meantime.
I don't know. I'm a little bit confused because
Maybe it's the size. Is it a vector string?
I feel like 1 should be fine for that. I think we're in the box. I just am not sure what direction to go because like incrementally like that seems like, I don't know. That doesn't seem.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Where's the box?
Like the right thing to do. I don't know.
Let's try this again. I have the feeling that is the set index.
But I don't think so. Because then aren't you? I don't think that it's here on line 72 that we need to manage the. Because if you're changing like the Z position of the box, you're going to be stretching it, I think. Whereas, no, maybe I'm wrong though. I don't know.
I don't know. Let's see. What did we have as max steps? 200.
Like usually it's like you have. And now it
now
disappears.
it's gone.
Like
oh, I changed the steps.
Yeah, because no, I was moving the camera.
Oh, really? I was changing the steps too.
As soon as like so -1, but then -1.5, like, and then it disappears. So I don't know. Usually when I move by incremental steps like that, it doesn't like completely disappear. I'm a little confused by
yeah, me too.
behavior.
Oh, wait a second. I see something as well here. Give me a second. We had that thing. Why did we have that?
Well, we weren't using it anyway. So, okay, we're back in the... This is so annoying. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
The box.
No, it was this. I think here, we were using this set value. Do you see it?
We don't use that anywhere.
Yeah, it was here. I just deleted. It was here as the dove. It was here like this. So then, yeah, I mean, now it's broken.
Oh, okay.
But, just to show you, I think that was breaking it because we were mixing this value for some effect when we were timing it with the animation. So and that's the what is dove again? For the
depth of field.
Yes, exactly.
Depth of field.
We were messing with the depth of field, but when it's not moving, of course, it was nothing. So now we need just to input a tiny number, and I think the tinier it gets, the smaller the cube. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're also stretching the background with that.
Yeah, because it's everything basically. So we can maybe have 1, and then it's gonna be huge, but it's gonna be the normal. So I'm gonna put 0.5 maybe, and then we can resize the cube. Or
yeah.
Or maybe like that.
I'm just looking at that. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think that the ray direction / normalization, I feel like anyways we're going to end up taking that out when we move when we, I mean, I'm not sure. Where does this live in? I'm just like trying to look at how to combine this with the like different indexes of refraction and stuff, and I'm not sure that I
Why don't we
see it.
first try your mouse thing, for example? Maybe that's easier to add that so that we can move that cube.
So that we have the box rotating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Since
But then, so like in the template that I have, we do that in the main function. And all of this, so like, but I need the resolution to have the well, I'll start with that, I guess. But so wait, can you move your cursor?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's mouse, right? We need the resolution to calculate the movement properly, but then everything else has to do with the ray direction. So that we have to send somewhere. So like here, I'm just going to paste it in the main, but for us, it doesn't go here because we do our raymarching calculations somewhere else. But this whole chunk, 131 to 135, that's obviously going to cause an error. It's based on that we get the mouse movement. And so like where in our template, where would we put that? We would have to like create the raymarcher.
No, that goes up in the raymarch, in the raymarch function.
Yeah, but we have to add a property that receives the mouse, the m variable that we define in the main. Like we have to define the main in the main because we need the resolution.
Yeah.
So we need to add to the raymarch, I guess. Float mouse.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say that.
On line 94. Okay.
And that's how you will pass it.
So, but then what are we calling?
What do you mean, what are we calling? Let me comment this thing for now so that we don't have the error. You have defined your
so we need to yeah, but now we're going to here, because we define the raymarch, or we call the raymarch here, we have to like send in m. I feel like that isn't right.
No, it is right.
That feels awkward, but whatever. No, I mean it works, but like I feel like in the way that doesn't feel right. It feels strange to send the mouse into the
But wait, why do we have an error? Hold on a second. Now we have an error. Get rotation functions. Why do we have an error?
I don't know. Let's go backwards to when we didn't have an error. Before I pasted. Yeah, okay. So here we are. I'm going to add float mouse to the raymarch function. Then we're going to get an error because we aren't giving it the mouse. So I'm going back down to line 142 and I'm giving it the mouse.
Oh, I see. Because
and then we still have an error.
I see the error because in line 27 is not a float. Yes. Just grade back to.
Oopsie. Sorry, y'all.
No.
Tim. Yeah, we were very proud of this pattern when we made it. It was a nice moment.
Yeah.
A throwback to our original patterns in 2D.
It looked like a tunnel that is moving as well when we were. That's why it was making me dizzy. We had to stop it because it's like a tunnel.
Okay, wait. So now I can paste what I had before.
I think up there somewhere. I don't know if you have to go inside the raymarch steps or outside.
No, wait, because where we send ray direction
here. Do you see in line?
Wait, because on line 136, the commented out ray direction there that calls get ray direction that gives the UV ray origin. Maybe we still calculate all of this. I don't know how to combine these parts into the raymarch function because there's like the RO, like what we're sending the ray direction basically into the raymarcher, right, on line 141, but it's through this that we get the rotation. So I'm not sure how to merge these two. Normalize, like where would the RO, like we can definitely define ray origin here if we want, like that's fine, that makes sense, it's just a vector 3. But then that has to influence the ray direction that we're creating here. Yeah. So like UV, but like Where do we put the RO?
I think up there.
Where does the RO?
Let
No,
me.
not this.
Oh,
Not line 131. We need that to calculate, to factor in the mouse movement when we're creating on line 139 the ray direction. See here?
yeah,
The get ray direction function
yeah.
that he had.
But I still think that we
I'm
have
so
to put
confused.
those lines up here.
It
you know,
inside there.
because the RO that you're looking for us,
Yeah.
if you go up, that's what I was to kind of like not put it in the main. I'm gonna bring your stuff. I'm gonna comment it, and I'm gonna go up because we have to be in the raymarch, I believe. Here inside the raymarch steps where we're shooting the raid, and the steps that has trouble, it's in here that I feel maybe, for example, before we do the checks of the current distance, I'm gonna try to put your code here so we have that ray origin.
Where are you?
Which
is there you are.
In line
118.
So you created that, and then I mean, this should be fine, part, I think.
Right, but then the part that I find confusing is that in the Art of Code template, he uses that when he's creating his ray direction, but we already have the ray direction in our raymarch function. We receive it from the main function. So it's that order of operations that I get confused by. So like we have the ray origin here, but we have to like factor that into the calculation of the ray direction. Whereas in our template, we calculate ray direction on line 46, but we don't take into account the ray origin anywhere there. And so I'm like trying to like look at my old version of it and be like, wait, how does this work? Because in his function, the get ray direction function, he takes the UVs, a position, which is his ray origin, and then he creates an empty vector 3. So wait, if position is the ray origin, wait, what's the difference between the UVs and...
Because we have a ray direction in here, you see, inside the raymarch?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So we're sending it in. So that calculation, there's something funky about the way we calculate it versus the way he calculates it. Because so like in our line 146, we have ray direction, but it's just the UVs and a focal length. Whereas in calculating ray direction in the Art of Code, he does it with, wait, where's my main function? He does it with the UVs, the position, and then he has 2 extra variables.
Yeah, I'm looking at your at the template that comes from here, the get ray direction, right? This function that he has. Okay, so he has a normalization, and then he has
he has the UVs.
Then he has this. Okay, yeah, that could be a little different. Then could be that we actually need to bring this function actually to us.
Yeah, because do we have that? We don't have that.
No, he's adding...
We can also have that as a function and then send that into our raymarching function.
Yeah, I think let's bring that function in. Okay. Because I feel that he does, like, even the normalization, it's different than the way that we did it. So, which might be required to the effect.
The raymarch.
Yeah, good.
Perfect. Okay, so then maybe we put this ray origin stuff back in the main. Wait, where did it go? Here it is.
Yeah.
We put the ray origin back in the main here. And then we have ray RD. That should still be okay. Wait, we have errors.
Yeah, we have an error because there's no rot function. What is that? Let me go back. Is that the rotation?
Oh, it's just like it's like a rotate function. Yeah. Let me grab it. It's just like a...
yeah, because it's different than the other one.
Yeah, he has like 3 rotates in his thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we have rot. That should be... Okay, we have our box. And so I've put this into something called our D, we'll call it ray_dir because that's how we called it in our thing. And now I'm sending that through the 𝗙𝗃 color. Okay, okay. It's like in a different place, but if you move the mouse, everything
Yeah,
is moving.
yeah,
Okay, we're moving the entire space and
yeah,
not the
exactly.
box. That's a problem. No, we definitely did this wrong.
No, I mean, we didn't do it wrong. It's just that we're trying to adapt it, right? So at the moment, it's rotating the whole thing, and it's
I
rotating the
think
whole thing
because we
because
have
we.
cam position in the raymarch.
No, it's because we're in the
And
main.
we don't need to send in the mouse. We don't need to do that anymore. Okay. Let me just delete mouse from the raymarch because we don't need it anymore. Okay, I did it. So we're in the main. Ray direction getting calculated here. We can delete this part. And now ray direction is getting sent into the raymarch function. So we're back in our template kind of vibe. But yeah, this is so right now the mouse is moving us around the whole world, which it isn't the desired.
It's because we have to still bring this up. That's what I was thinking, that if we want only the cube, we would need to bring this thing inside of raymarch because it's in there that we split the background and the shape color. So then we would introduce this only into the shape color, and then it would only move the cube instead of because right now we're moving everything that is on the raymarch, and we have both the background and the cube in there.
Okay.
And
I still feel like we're moving the camera and we're not moving the elements. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. I'm not sure. How would we do that though? Because if we move this in, how would we still call the array? Because we have in our 𝗙𝗃 color raymarch, ray direction, and cam position, which is different from, because I guess because in the art of code he does it in the main function. He just adds everything back into the color.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, he doesn't have a camera.
Oh, it's so confusing.
Okay.
Brandon Moore, hello. Welcome, welcome. We're just trying to combine one template with another.
Yeah.
For some refractive glass.
Let me try something. I'm just gonna comment your code for a moment. So to see if the way that I think it should work, it might work. I'm gonna have to bring back the vector 2 that you deleted for the mouse.
Oh my goodness, if we figure this out before 1, I'm gonna be pretty proud of us. I knew this would happen. C'était sûr. How do you say that in English? It was for sure gonna happen, but that's fine.
Oh no, I entered the...
It's the order of operations that's so confusing.
Yeah, otherwise as we said, we do a part 2 another day.
Yeah,
I mean,
because let's already, wait, where did my original template go? Here we go. No, this is our good template. No, that's not. Okay, here we go. Let's already do, where did we define?
I'm gonna try just something quickly before you do something, so I'm gonna try to put it, so just give me a moment. I'm in line 131.
131, okay.
Just trying to bring it in here. So why is it that not working? So here you have, and this, you call it mouse in here. And you have pi. I think you had pi defined here at the top. Oh, my mouse.
True.
Didn't you?
True.
No,
yeah,
no.
I did.
No. It was in your template.
I didn't bring it in?
But I will bring it in. I will bring it in.
Do it.
Because it's kind of nice, actually, to have the defined for...
Agreed.
Tau and pi. Okay, then we can go down, and it's just having too much numbers sometimes for me. It's like, gonna bring some
I agree.
spaces.
I mean, I get overwhelmed for sure.
Tau. So then we know that Yeah, the mouse is taking a full circle of that, and tau error y.
8. Isn't tau like a super tiny number? 2 pi is
No,
tau?
tau is a full round, a full spinning.
Oh,
So
okay.
pi twice. You have it up there.
Oh, no, it's epsilon. It's epsilon. That's a super small number.
Yeah.
Oh, you changed the surface distance to epsilon? Or I guess it's just epsilon.
No.
Or is that just... No, this is your template. It's true. / our template. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to just comment epsilon is a surface distance. Well, it's actually smaller. So I guess I'll just add surface distance. 1 less 0.
Where? Oh, you're up there. I'm back in line 138. I was just fixing the define because I don't know why it wasn't working with the math that you had. So I just put the number and now, yeah. So we have the mouse Y rotating by pi and then the mouse rotation by X rotating a full spinning on X and Z, and then we want to bring in his way to get the right direction, and this is the part that I have to think that the UV would be for us. I see we don't have the UV here, but
would it be pos?
Pos XY.
No,
yeah.
No, that's camp, but pos is the cam position, so that's not correct.
So then we're gonna make a fort here, parameter that is gonna be the UV, and then we're just gonna bring the UV here so that we don't have it, because you're right, maybe the pos is the camera position, which you are totally right. So
I think because of where it is in the thing. Okay, so we send the mouse
I have the
and the UV.
And RO is RO, and then a vector 3. What is
ray
the
origin?
There?
That's in his ray direction, that is equal to...
I'm gonna call it... Okay.
L, which I'm not sure what that means, but yeah.
Shape color. Oh, so this has to be actually... Okay. I think this has to be before with the... Okay, so this is what I'm thinking, because... So I put it in between line 29 and 32, this part of your template.
29 and 30. Wait, what? You mean 129?
Yeah, 129, sorry. Yeah. So it's there, the ray origin. Instead of calling it radier, I call it radier out of code for a moment, because we already had like a ray direction within this function, so it was making us a little bit like confused, right? So let's call it that, and then we're using his function, and I'm passing the UV in, and I created a new parameter in the raymarch in line 113 to pass like the UV, because you were right. If we would have used the pos XY, is not really the UV but the camera position, and we really needed in his function to work with the original UV. And then the rest of the parameters. And now the question is
what he put, how do we use it?
Yeah, my idea is that if you see, for example, in line 142, where we check the current distance that has to be lower than epsilon, and we return whatever object we have in the scene, and we call it shape color. That is like our cube, right? And we only want to move that, so that's what I was thinking. We have to somehow bring in it only there so that it doesn't move our background color. And if we look into that shape color function, it's basically the way that we define like how to color that box was by mixing the ray depth and the ray direction. So I'm just gonna swap the ray direction to use the ray direction from his function. So, and see if like maybe something happens. maybe it's gonna break. So something happens. You move the mouse.
Okay, the colors change, but
Yeah.
not the
But if you move the mouse,
hue changes.
it's actually
Yeah,
something happening. You move the mouse and then the colors move within the sphere.
yeah, but just the colors.
Yeah. So
not the shape itself.
yeah. So then.
I feel like it shouldn't be in the.
So then I'm thinking it only moves the colors because we're defining the colors. So then maybe we have actually to bring it in inside the scene so that we move the cube, right? So I'm gonna.
Well, that's what I was saying. Yeah, I don't think it belongs in the for loop.
Yeah, I somehow
think that
thought,
it must
but
live somewhere else.
I'm gonna bring it up now to our scene where we have the cube because probably it's there. Yeah. So I'm gonna be in line 80.
Yeah, in the scene. Okay.
So that we can move there.
Okay. So then I'm gonna make in the scene. It makes more sense to me to send in a vec2 mouse into the scene.
And can you put a vec2 UV as well, so that we have that?
UVs. Wait, isn't that no? But in the scene, UVs is the position. I think.
No, I think it's again. I think it's better we do the original UV because I have the feeling that it's as well the camera position.
Yeah. Okay.
Just in case. I think so that one.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Where do we use the scene? Where do we call scene?
And the scene is called inline 128. So in there we can add the mouse.
Oh yeah, you're right. That is
UV.
Camera position.
Why? Hold on a sec. So we have pause. And then I'm adding the mouse and the UV. Were the parameters already defining scene? Yeah, right. We have a vector2 for mouse and a vector2 for UV. Right.
I mean, I just added those.
Yeah, I saw. Let me comment this again first and see. Okay, all good up until there. So let's uncomment again. Why do we have? That should work. Oh, I know what's the problem. The get radier function.
Also,
I have to put it before the scene because GLSL doesn't read a function that goes below. So I moved the get radier above scene because it was not being reading since we define it after. So GLSL reads from top to bottom. It's not like JavaScript. And now I think it should work. And I hope something is going to... Okay, at least no glitch. And we can use this instead of the position. Maybe, I don't know. But the radier, it's a vec3, which is already getting... the UV, the RO. Okay, so let's see what happens if I use that instead. Okay, and then what happens if maybe you were right and we use pause X, Y?
I feel like this probably, I have doubts about this because we create the scene through the for loop, and already we know that when we do these calculations in the for loop, that they don't affect the right element. So, but continue. I'm just saying. I see something, but I'm not sure.
I see that
like
it's
now,
moving.
if I move my mouse, the colors are jiggly.
Yeah, because I think it's moving, but it's like. So let me think. So we have the position. Yeah, you're right, because we need the position, the camera to create the cube, but in here in his get redirection we're actually getting the UV. And
because in a way we like put all of our elements into different containers, but at the same time, we're still calculating our ray direction directly in the, like we're still doing our main thing in frag color. And I feel like our templates are two very different ways about thinking about ray marching. So this is like really tricky because like where in the order of operations can you give mouse position to the position of the box? Where do we define where the box is in space? We define that in scene. We define that here. I feel like this could just be pause. No?
Yeah.
Why is it caps lock?
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, okay. But then...
Yeah, I'm almost thinking that maybe in the way that we code our template, maybe we have to split like the rotation of the mouse that you kind of implemented, or he kind of implemented within his get ray direction, that maybe it needs to get implemented for us inside, like here somewhere in the box, kind of like we had it before, that it was rotating alone, right? Like this torus without the mouse.
Yeah.
So
where did we put the time?
So instead of time, like just insert the mouse, and I think the get right there, this function.
So where did we have time?
Time is gone very up here. The uniform, you mean, or?
No, when we were animating the road, but I also don't. Yeah, I feel like because you're moving. Well, maybe you're right. Yeah, we could try. I mean, where did we have it rotating based on time before we started playing with this?
Here.
Like originally we had a torus and it was spinning.
In line 73, for example, I'm gonna uncomment.
Gotcha.
And if I bring that rotation, I'm gonna remove this instead of like pause.
And then we added rotation to what? We added rotation directly here.
Because it's a vector tree.
Right.
And right now it's not moving because in here it should be like U time. Was it? But not in the set. Sorry. And probably in the X position or something. Or wait a second. Was it here? No, I'm like.
Well, let's look at the rotation function. Yeah, so axis is the second.
Well, I put it kind of like in here, so it's rotating, not like accurately, but...
yeah, so then would we add that to the axis or the angle? I feel like we got like super stuck on like a detail and we didn't even do any like actual refraction. Ugh, that's annoying.
Yeah, but I think it's fine because we're like, trying to understand it. So I mean, I don't feel like it's good. It's good that
like, way weird.
That in this episode, like we don't have this win, like you know. So sometimes it's a struggle. So it takes more time. So
Definitely.
I somehow feel that at least that I'm trying to, or that I'm getting to understand these functions better, though. So we should definitely do another episode and continue dissecting this.
For sure.
I think.
I wonder. I just wish that because like I feel like the rotation. Like, wait, let me just like have a final thought. Because he has his rotation function is also quite different from the other rotation functions. Because he has all of the rotate and matrix rotation that we have, plus he has the capital R rot that is basically a sine cosine kind of situation.
Yeah.
And so the axis that you're rotating the cube on, I don't know. There's like an order of operations thing somewhere in here that is like, yeah, confusing me. But yeah, I feel like we're not far. We just have to find the right order to call things.
It could be here too, for example, last thought, that instead of row be just a raw vector is the position, and then if we use raw here, No,
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Hey, it
you
works.
see?
Yeah,
So
it works.
just because,
That's what I was thinking too. And then I was
okay.
like, no, that would be too.
Because
Yay,
I
you
think
guys, we got
like
our win.
his ray of
What our
origin was
field
like
is.
at this vector tree, and we needed the position of the cube, and in order to take the
Yeah.
mouse. So yeah.
Why is I feel like there's got to be a way to position this object in space. Let me just like go backwards without deforming the.
With what? Oh,
Yeah,
there.
that I just wanted to like not. I wanted to undeform the
Yeah,
box. Like
with
I don't
point
mind if the
0.5.
background
Yeah,
is stretched out, but the
yeah.
box was bugging me. Okay, yay! So we have like a sort of win. I'm glad. I was just thinking like last time we did raymarching, we figured it out in the last second, and it was like an extra comma.
Yeah,
Okay, so main takeaways. It's more
yeah,
fun to play with the refraction when you can actually spin the cube,
yeah, yeah.
which is
Exactly.
why we spent an hour trying to attach the cube
Before
within
even
our
bringing the
template.
other stuff.
What a brain mess that was, but we did it.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Okay, wait. So let's clean up this code very quickly, and then we can, so that people, they see it, understand. So we still have all of the nodes. I can remove that from here. The Z thing we
Where
don't
are
need
you?
anymore. I was in the main
Don't
function. I just like
delete some
cleaned
of
it
the
up.
stuff. Maybe just leave it. Would you mind leaving it?
All I deleted was like the thing that you moved into the scene, the RO equals position. Like we had that 3 times.
Okay.
But
Would you
here,
mind just
I
like,
can put the Z back if you want.
yeah, yeah, just I want to leave it because it was commented, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But since we're not using it, I figured I would just take it out for simplicity's sake because no one knows what it is for.
Oh, okay.
I feel like if you're looking at the scene, you wouldn't necessarily. But
Ah,
if
the
you want to
set, the
leave it
set.
there,
Yeah,
like,
no,
and
that
you want to,
one, delete
yeah.
that one. I thought I had left, but I see that I deleted like in color in line 39. I thought I had left the, the ray of origin when we were like spinning the colors inside, because I thought it was like a nice thought to have to just, but I deleted, so anyway, never mind. I just thought it was nice to,
Okay.
to move the colors with the mouse instead of like the cube. No,
Oh
it was a
yeah.
nice that I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I just want to have that thought later on.
It is a nice detail to add
Yeah,
for sure. But wait,
not
how do
for
we do that?
this, but like just to have it in
Oh,
my brain
but then you
that,
just have to.
but not, I know that it's just
Yeah.
to move this below. So what I'm gonna
Yeah.
do
Just
is
do it in the for loop.
I'm gonna delete here, then this, and just keep that. So
3. Brandon Moore, what is the render engine for the shader? Yeah, we're working in 3JS.
yeah,
Since we're in the browser,
I'm gonna comment this rotation because we never
and
used that one.
it's kind of a lovely little framework.
Yeah.
Framework? Is 3JS a framework? No, it's a library. Whatever.
Library,
It's
I
fabulous.
think. So
Yeah.
the last thing that I think like next time we can do to kind of like get the light bending, for example, this radial direction from him. I believe that was the last thought that we were putting the mouse on the cube, I was thinking that probably this function, the way that we break or raymarching doesn't go here. Like the mouse move
It goes in.
go here, that was good. But this one, I have a feeling that goes.
Oh yeah, it definitely doesn't go in the scene.
in
No.
the-
That goes in like raymarch or
Yeah,
background. Raymarch
in the
probably.
raymarch, I have
More
the
than
feeling
background.
that
Background's just the color. Yeah, definitely.
So
Because yeah, that's the other thing. So like okay, wait, final thought. In the main function on line 146, I'm going to add vec3 cul equals vec3 with a 0, just so that the main like fundamental shader idea, which is that you get a position and you get a color, and then I'm going to do cul equals raymarch blah blah blah.
I'm gonna name it color, not call, because for me, when I say call, I think of a column, and I'm confused. Oh. I'm just gonna call it color. Yeah.
Okay, wait. I think it's actually a vector of 4 somehow. So we're going to change that. Yeah. Okay, that's all I wanted to do. Just because then when we extrapolate it next time, it'll be more clear. Is it plus equals or equals? I feel like it's just equals.
I think
right?
it's just
Plus
equal.
equals does nothing
No,
different.
no, it's just equal
But
because
okay.
you're redefining the color. You don't need the plus. I think you can delete
Yeah.
the plus.
But you could add it to the black. That's why.
Yeah,
But I
I
guess it comes
suppose.
out to the same thing. And it
Yeah.
makes no difference. But I think I like equals better because it's more clear.
Yeah, me too, especially because we have a
Yay.
background going on in here. So, and
Yeah,
and and
definitely.
even if you would like say like add it to the background, literally there's always a background within the raymarch, so it will never appear on
Yes,
screen. So
true. No, that's true.
you have to manipulate in the way that we did this, always in the raymarch. Like if we want to get rid of our background, for example,
Yeah.
have a flat color. So, but
Okay, but I'm into this. I'm into this because then we see color equals, and then we can scroll up to the raymarch function and see the main stuff happening, which we're gonna do next time. Yay!
And let
Next
me
time we're gonna look at how the light bounces in, through, and then out of.
and
So.
because we never deleted the torus, I'm gonna test as well the torus with this.
Oh yeah.
Oops. So
Let's see.
no torus,
For us.
and then
Yay!
yeah,
Hey,
it's
we
there.
have a donut.
Yeah, somehow it's not rotating as nicely as the cube. That's why I was like wondering, but up and down.
That's fine. It's
Yeah.
rotating on the. I mean, maybe because on the. Wait, is this X or Y? This is Y. Maybe on the X it's because we only do half pi.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm gonna go back to the cube because I think there's not really much time. I really have to leave soon.
For lights, yeah, same.
And we can
For
explore
lights,
that
anyways,
later.
it's more fun to start with a cube. Yeah,
Yeah,
yay!
I think so.
You guys, we have our cube. Hopefully this is somewhat helpful for you all.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always interesting to kind of merge, to take one way of thinking and merge it into yours. I mean, I definitely learned a bunch.
Yeah, honestly.
You're more patient than me. I would have gotten so frustrated.
No, honestly, for me, it's like when I'm learning things, maybe I do it like the way the person is teaching first. Like for example, in this case, following Art of Code's code. But then if I really want to learn it, I feel that I have to go my way.
Integrate it.
Because otherwise it's like, it's not really in my brain. So that's why I thought it would be cool to try to merge it in the way that we do raymarch. Because then I feel that after this session, then we're really going to have it like in our brains to do it. After that, kind of like no matter where you have to implement this, then you can do it easily because you have a better understanding of where all the layers go, no matter what the organization is.
What the elements actually are and how to use them. Yeah, because when you take someone else's template, you know that it works and you don't really know why.
Exactly. And so
cool.
then you don't get it. But it requires, of course, I think, patience because sometimes like, I don't know, one cannot figure out things so quickly. So.
No. But this is good. I feel like we did good.
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely understand how it works more than we did when we started.
Yeah.
Sorry for such a short stream, everybody.
Yeah.
Usually we go longer, but we both have to run out today.
Yeah.
But it's the beginning of our refraction adventures.
Journey, exactly.
Refraction, yeah.
Cool. So thanks for being here, everybody. And I guess we'll be in touch online because we have no idea when we're going to stream next. But
probably in July. I'll send in, it's my turn to write the newsletter. So if you have signed up for it, you'll be hearing from me soon. Ish.
Yeah.
Ish.
All right.
Awesome.
So thanks everybody.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Yeah. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Hopefully it's sunny where you are.
Oh yeah. It's not here actually, but maybe later.
A gray day? That's okay.
Yeah,
cozy. Gray Sundays are also very cozy. Yeah. Okay. Bye.